Good afternoon, folks. This is Artisan Thursday, Pipe Week 2025. And again, I am not smoking a pipe or cigar. It's about 2:30ish or so in the afternoon, um, 3 o'clock maybe, and it is just way too hot. The heat index here in southeast Georgia is almost unbearable. I'm going to try to keep this one a little short and sweet and see what we can come up with. And I'm going to turn the camera around and let y'all look at the artisan pipe that I have for Artisan Thursday. Okay, today's pipe is made by Reum Pipes, R-E-U-M. Sean Reum, and he made this beautiful case for it. And see if I can get it out of here with one hand. I don't know that I can. This case has a cloth cover on the inside to help keep the pipe from coming out. And this is a commission pipe from Sean Reum. And it is a dad blame it. I can't remember the name of it. But anyway, I told Sean he had 4 or 5 pipes on his page, and I chose this design, and I told him I wanted to keep the plateau, and I told him I wanted the stem to match the pipe, so he colored it this brown color, or reddish brown should I say, and put this beautiful stem on it. And this was one of the commissions I had done by Sean Reum of Reum Pipes. I've seen him at several pipe shows, and unfortunately, due to my financial situation at the shows, I wasn't able to get a pipe from him, so I had to order one. And I'm glad I waited because he did not have one of this style at the actual shows that I remember. I mean, he had some nice pipes, but yeah, this is a one of a kind, folks. This is what I like about the artisan pipes. He may make another one similar to this, but I kind of doubt he'll use the same colors. And there you go, from Sean Reum. And the guy's name, I'm going to turn the camera back around. Give me a moment. Okay, the guy's name that I was trying to remember yesterday is a new pipe channel. It's called Cactus Piper. And I put his, I tagged him in yesterday's photo, but I could not remember his name. It was called Cactus Piper. He is a new channel, and I wanted to give him a shout out yesterday, and like I said, I could not remember his name. Today's shout out will be to, let me see. I want to do today's shout outs to St. David's Pipes. He's been a good subscriber from the get-go, and he's commented and made some good points, made some good comments. And I want to also do a shout out to, let me think for a minute. I'm trying to think of who these people are on my page without having to go back into the videos. Yeah, we'll just go with St. David's Pipes and Cactus Piper today. And I'll get a list of folks together and try to write down all of my subscribers and different channels that has subscribed to me, and we'll just go with them to today and make it simple. As I said, this has been it hasn't been a real hard week. We've actually gotten off early pretty much every day this week. It's just been unbearable hot, and it's typical summertime here in South Georgia. And I mean, I was born and raised here, but after being on the road and running up north most of my career in an air-conditioned truck, it makes it really hard for me to deal with this heat, because even though I haven't been like really active, but just being in that air-conditioned truck, being up north, it makes a big difference with dealing with this heat. And I'm trying to acclimate to it, even though I've lived here all of my life. I'm trying to acclimate to it, and it's, oh man, the older I'm getting, being on some of this medicine I'm on to deal with some of my health situation, which is nothing like really major. It's just, it's part of getting older, I guess. I'll be 53 in August, and because of being on the truck so much, I've done, permanent damage to both of my legs, and that's the reason I can't stand on them all day for 10, 12 hours in electrical union like I'm trained to do, or stay on the road anymore. I've got 30 years on the road, and I'm pushing 6.5 million miles total in the seat between a regular vehicle and a semi-truck. 25 of those 30 years I've run, long haul, what they call long haul West Coast, staying out anywhere from a month to 4 months at a time. And it's when you're running 600, 700, 800 miles a day, it's rough on the body. And the miles add up quick. So like I said, being in the northern climate, because that's where most of the freight was running back and forth to the northeast and across 80, 90, 70. That's where I run most of my miles at, and stay north of 40 pretty much. So it's put a toll on me. And but now that I'm back home, hopefully I can hang around here and deal with this heat stuff. It's probably better for me physically to be out of the truck, but dealing with the heat and stuff, it's not my forte. And that was one reason I was definitely looking at, and I'm still looking at it, doing something like CPA or bookkeeping or accounting or something similar to that, because that way I can stay in an air-conditioned building and not have to be out in this heat doing physical labor. Even though I'm a supervisor on the job that I'm on, I'm still having to do some physical labor, and dealing with the maintenance on the trucks and the trailers, washing them, keeping them up, making sure everything's done on the yard. I'm still dealing with the heat on a day-to-day basis. And it's taking its toll, but I'm going to try to stick with it until I can figure out and the thing with the accounting is I took accounting in high school, and I got away from it, and they've changed the way they do things with accounting. We have software out here now that we didn't have back then. We're talking 30 years, maybe even 40 years ago, 35, 40 years ago, when I took accounting in high school, business math and accounting. And they've changed and done software and computers is upgraded and things of that nature. So I've pretty much got to go back and start all over, which I have no problem with. I can do it. It's the thing is, I'm at the age now where not many people is willing to hire because they want the young kids because of the fact they can get the younger generation cheaper than they can people like myself because of my experience. I've had several people on some jobs tell me that I was overqualified for the job because I knew too much, and they wouldn't hire me based on that experience because they claimed they couldn't pay me what I was worth. Whatever. It's just an excuse that they use to keep from hiring me, is all it was. And I mean, I understand trying to hire a cheaper man, for a job, but I would also rather have somebody that's experienced and that's dependable, somebody I could count on. And that's how I got the supervisor job, is I had the experience and the training for the position that I've got. And it's not that I don't like the job I've got, it's the fact that I don't know if I could deal with the heat and things of that nature because of me being in the truck so many years. Physically wise, it's probably a little bit better for me because I'm able to get in and out the truck. I'm able to go in and out the office. I'm not I'm not stuck in the truck. I'm not on my feet, 10, 12 hours a day. I'm able to move around, stuff like that. So, but, being in the age group that I'm in, the medicine I'm on, I'm technically not supposed to be in the sun very much. Due to skin issues with the medicine I'm on, and it's a catch-22. That's all it is a catch-22. I'm like, okay, y'all want me to take the medicine, but you don't want me to be in the sun. All of my training and experience has kept me in the sun and outdoors pretty much all my life. I can't, the doctors advised me not to stand on my feet all day, 10, 12 hours a day like I did with the journeyman wireman. They don't want me riding 10, 12 hours a day like I did on the road in the trucks for 30 years. I have the knowledge for management. I have the training for the management, DOT, hazmat, safety, things of that nature. But people either don't want to pay. I've tried to get several safety jobs in the past, and the people want somebody for like $18 an hour, $16, $18 an hour. Where me, with my experience coming in, I'm looking at minimum, 25 to 35 because of my past experience that I have being in business and having people working under me and things of that nature. And with my OSHA certification, the next certification I get with OSHA will be, I will actually be a teacher. I can hold classes, so that's my next certification with OSHA. I was a volunteer firefighter for 18 years. I was a first responder, EMT. And like I said, I've been in trucks. I've had my own trucks, driving over the years for 30 years. I was a safety officer for 4 trucking companies. I was as an apprentice with electrical union through the 5-year apprenticeship. I was what they call environmental health and safety specialist as an apprentice. So that bumped me up, as an apprentice because of my experience with OSHA, fire department, EMS, my safety experience. So, between all that, yeah. This area just for some, and that's the reason I couldn't work at home up till now, because nobody wanted to pay. They want people for 18, 20 bucks an hour. which is good money for somebody just starting out, or somebody coming from, some of the women coming from school bus training and stuff, a Class B license. They drive a dump truck. 18, $20 an hour, $18 an hour is good money for them. But somebody like me that's been over the road running long haul for 25 out of 30 years in all types of weather, all types of conditions, sleeping, living, eating in the truck for 30 years, yeah, it's like, okay, y'all got to come off some more money. So there you go. But anyway, yeah, what I was going to say about the accounting is the school that I'm talking to is telling me that I've got to pay for the first, I think, 2 semesters out of pocket for the accounting classes, and then they'll pick up the FOSFA, federal student aid, as long as I keep my grades up. So that's where we at with that, with the exception of me appealing that decision. I don't know if the statute of limitations has ran out on the appeal for that, for that situation, because I applied for the spring quarter, so it is what it is. I had to get home, like I said, to do what I had to do to get off the road, and I took, the first opportunity that came to me, which was a blessing, because at the same time it happened, the doctor was advising me to come off the road, plus the engine went down in the truck that I was driving, so that was a blessing. But yeah, that's my chat, and I apologize for rambling on like that about the jobs, but that's where I'm at with that position. But it is Artisan Thursday, and that's my pipe for this week for Artisan Thursday from Sean Riem Pipes. He does some beautiful work, and like I said, a good friend of mine. I've seen him at the pipe show there at Muletown every year I've went, and I've seen him at Chicago a couple, the one time I went there, and I seen him at the Columbus show the year I went there. So yeah, that's my pipe for Artisan Thursday. We hope y'all have a good day. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for watching, and may God bless you. Have a good one.